How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the Crypto Unveiled channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the top cryptocurrency coins that have the potential to make crypto millionaires. And I'm talking in the short term, so you know, in the next bull run, hopefully we see a bull run next year, or even towards the end of this year. Before we do get started in the video though, I'd just like to say, of course guys, this is not financial advice. Make sure you go out and do your own research before investing into any of the coins that I mention in any of my videos. With that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. So the first cryptocurrency on the list for today's video is Casper, or KAS for short. Casper has huge potential as a cryptocurrency coin because it has massive features that are one of the best in the industry. So if you guys don't know what Casper is, it has a short explanation here on the official website. You can go to casper.org if you want to check it out for yourself. Casper is the fastest open source, decentralized and fully scalable layer 1 in the world. So of course you guys know why the original why the original cryptocurrency Bitcoin was actually created, and that was of course to be another option for people to, you know, store their money and you know, for transactions. In, you know, an alternative method for fiat currency. And basically what Casper is trying to be is, of course, the best at that. So you guys know that Bitcoin was originally, you know, a currency that people used to transfer. However, you know, recently it started to slow down, and the fees, they're not huge. However, you know, people don't like paying fees. Casper is basically trying to be like Bitcoin, however, being, you know, the more modern version of it. So it's trying to be fast. I mean, if you can look down here, it has instant transaction confirmation. So as soon as you send the transaction, it will be instantly confirmed, which is a huge feature from Casper, and I'm sure a lot of people are interested in this coin and has a huge potential just from that. If we go to the Casper on coinmarketcap.com, we can see that Casper is currently trading at just around 2 cents per coin, and it has a fully diluted market cap of 670 million with the 24-hour volume just over 13 million. So, you know, if we look at the market cap, you can see the market cap is fairly huge. However, I believe that the features that Casper have, it can, you know, has the potential to be, you know, even one of the top 5 cryptocurrencies on cryptocurrency leaderboards in terms of market cap, and of course, you know, the price of it just from the amount of features and how it's like closely competing with Bitcoin, of course, the biggest cryptocurrency. If we look at the all-time chart, you can see that they are still the price of Casper is still fairly high up. However, I do believe that it has the potential towards the end of this year or the next bull run to hit over its all-time high of just under 4 cents and definitely explode even so much higher than that. I mean, like I keep saying, it has the potential to compete with Bitcoin, and of course that is the #1 cryptocurrency in the world right now. The next cryptocurrency on the list is Hedera, or HBAR for short. If we go onto the official website here, you can see that what Hedera actually is, it's a open source public ledger and it's basically for all these different things. Basically, it's an open source public ledger for loads of different reasons, lots of different use cases for it, and it's the reason why it's such a big cryptocurrency, or has the potential to be such a big cryptocurrency, is just from the amount of issues that it solves and the amount of use cases that it does actually, you know, it solves and will be actually able to be used within lots of different companies. So if we scroll down the website here, you can see a few stats about Hedera, or HBAR here. You can see that the transactions in the last 24 hours have been 36.7 million transactions, and the average cost per transaction is, you know, fractions of a penny. So really low transaction fees. And basically, if we look down here, you can see that these are all the different companies. So I mean, you've got huge companies such as LG, Google, IBM, all these different companies. I'm not sure if they have been partnered yet, but they are looking to be partnered with them. And you know, if they do manage to get partnered with them, or if they are already partnered, this is huge news for it. And I can definitely see this cryptocurrency being huge. If we scroll down a bit more, you can see here it has a bit more information that goes in a bit more depth about Hedera here. And of course, it's got the use cases and ecosystems here. So you can see it can be used for payments, DeFi, NFTs, sustainability, decentralized logs, and decentralized identity. And you guys know that decentralized identity recently has been a huge thing. Lots and lots of different companies within cryptocurrency, or even outside of cryptocurrencies, have started to use like KYC and started to verify identification. So if they can, you know, make this decentralized, that is a huge benefit of using HBAR. If we go over to the coin market cap, we can see that HBAR is currently trading at just over 5 cents, with a fully diluted market cap of just over 2.5 billion, with the 24-hour volume just under $23 million. If we look at the all-time chart, you can see the huge price explosion that Hedera had, or HBAR, in the 2021 bull run. You can see the amount it actually went up to was just under 50 cents a coin, and you can see that it actually dropped 90% since then. So I mean, you know, you guys might be looking at the fully diluted market cap here and thinking, oh, that is quite high, which it is a relatively high market cap. But if you just look at the price here, you can see that the market cap back here was probably well over 20 billion. And you know, people saw the great use of it. Of course, as the bull run started to go down, of course people must have sold off, and it's been pretty stagnant since then. However, I do believe that this will have huge use cases in the future and has huge potential for all investors. And of course, if you invest now, people see this as, you know, a lot of people see it as a negative because it's dropped so much in price. But of course, long term, Hedera holders or HBAR holders will see this as a great buying opportunity at just 5 cents per coin. The next cryptocurrency on the list is a cryptocurrency called Joystream. Joystream has actually recently gone public. I did actually do a video on it when it did actually go public. However, it did not get the hype which I thought it would. I mean, I'm looking at Joystream and I've looked at all the different features of Joystream, and I believe that this has great potential to be a future competitor to YouTube or Rumble. So, like I just said, basically what Joystream is, if you haven't guessed it already, it is Joystream is a streaming platform that people can actually build, a streaming platform ecosystem, I should say, that people can actually build different platforms on the actual network. So one of the main streaming platforms at the moment is actually a platform called Gleave. So as you can see here, this is Gleave here. And they've also got One.media. However, One.media is not quite as big as Gleave. Gleave is basically similar to YouTube or Rumble, which is also, Rumble is of course another similar competitor to YouTube. However, Gleave is completely decentralized, and it is a platform like YouTube for video creators that is strictly just for cryptocurrency. And the reason Joystream is so good is because people can come on here and build these different applications on the actual Joystream ecosystem, and each of these different streaming platforms can actually have a main focus each time. So as you can see, Gleave is the main thing about Gleave is a crypto content only platform. If we scroll down to One.media, it is mainly for education, news, science. And of course, as Joystream gets bigger, I'm sure we'll see more and more people start to build more applications on here, other streaming platforms for each specific need, which I believe is, you know, is very revolutionary, and I believe that Joystream has huge potential just from this. If we go over to the coin market cap for Joystream, you can see that it's a fraction of a penny right now. It's about a fifth of a penny, so very low. And the volume for 24 hours is just under $4,500. So, you know, if you guys do want to invest into Joystream, you are ridiculously early right now for Joystream, because like I said, Joystream literally only released onto markets within the last, what's the date today? Yeah, it literally in the last couple of weeks it released onto the public market. And like I said, I didn't believe that Joystream actually got the hype that it deserved. I see great potential behind this this platform, and as you can see, like I said, it doesn't even have a market cap available right now. That is how early you guys are for Joystream. So of course, you know, if you guys did want to pick some up, maybe now might be a good time, because it is currently quite low, and of course you're super early into Joystream. The final cryptocurrency on the list for today's video is, of course, Verasity, or VRA for short. I did actually do a video on this only a few days ago, but I thought I'd include it in this video again, just from the fact that it's just such a great cryptocurrency, and I believe that this one right here has one of the biggest potentials out of all the cryptocurrencies that I've shown today, just from the feature that it actually, the main feature that Verasity is all about, actually solves a huge problem. And especially, you know, you guys would have actually, I'm sure you would have actually seen this problem happening before, or you would have actually known about this problem. So if we go onto the Verasity website here, you can see that Verasity is basically, it is all about, you can see here, through the Veriviews ecosystem of Veracity's patented POV module, we're transforming the black box ad fraud industry. So basically what Verasity is trying to solve is trying to solve ad fraud within the digital ecosystem. So you can see here, Verasity is an open ledger ecosystem bringing trust and transparency to digital advertising and payments. So if you guys didn't know already, there is currently, like I just explained, there's huge ad fraud going on in the digital environment these days. Basically, loads of people are setting up fraud. We'll give YouTube, for example, are setting up YouTube channels. They're buying fake followers and they're buying fake views. of course, this is a negative feedback loop for everyone involved, of course, because, of course, the reason why creators get paid is, of course, through companies actually, you know, advertising on the platform. Of course, when people use these fake views or bots, of course, that these companies are now basically paying for no reason, because, of course, these bots are not going to go onto these companies' websites, buy any products or services, and of course that is the main reason why these companies are actually advertising these videos. Of course, when these if these companies do not see any return for their investment into these advertisements, of course they are going to drop the budget or make it disappear altogether. Of course, this is making the whole, you know, like I say, a negative feedback loop, because it is now affecting the creators. They are now getting paid less. Of course, if they're getting paid less, they might not want to post as much, and of course the final product or the final consumer, the people who actually watch YouTube, for example, will actually be getting less content altogether. And like I say, it just makes a whole negative feedback loop. So what Verasity is actually trying to do is a huge problem, and it solves a huge problem. So as you can see here, this is their actual patented their main feature of them, called Veriviews, and of course they're basically just they use their own identification technology to make sure that they are actually verifying each of the views on videos or any, you know, views on advertising throughout the whole of the digital environment. If we go back to the Verasity page, you can see here they've got just under $600 million in the fully diluted market cap, which I believe this is still really low for a coin which has this amount of potential. And of course, for the last 24 hours, it has just over $5.2 million in the 24-hour volume. And of course, it is still trading only at half a penny per coin, guys. I mean, this is insane. If we look back at the all-time chart, you can see here that it actually spiked up to just under 9 cents per coin in the 2021 bull run. You can see this huge spike it had up here. And of course it has dropped since then, and it's been fairly stagnant since then. However, I believe that Verasity, like I said, has one of the biggest potentials out of all of the coins that I've mentioned today, just from the fact that, you know, how I keep saying, it solves a huge problem in a huge industry. I mean, the digital advertising industry is now well over $220 billion per year in digital advertising. So if it can solve a huge problem within the advertising thing, that it has, you know, it has its own patented technology, you know, all these different, even if it's not decentralized or even if it's not in cryptocurrency such as YouTube, I'm sure that they will go over to Verasity and ask for their help to solve this big problem, because like I say, if they solve that problem, it will be good for everyone. And of course, you know, like I said, the end consumer, you guys who are actually watching these videos, should hopefully get even more content, because these creators will be paid properly, because there will be no ad fraud at all. And apart from that, guys, I'd like to thank you very much for watching the video. Make sure you comment down below what your cryptocurrency out of the ones I've mentioned, which one you believe is going to blow up the most. Are you investing into any of them? Have you already invested? Just let me know in the comments down below. Of course, guys, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do subscribe, because I post daily crypto updates, and hit that like button if you did enjoy. And apart from that, guys, I'll see you guys in the very next video. Peace.